Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT, and welcome back to another episode of the Cleveland Browns Madden 18 Connected Franchise Series. The support continues to be absolutely incredible on this series. Yesterday's episode hit 3,000 likes, and you guys are awesome. I'm so excited you guys are enjoying this series thus far. So as always, we're going to continue this streak, and if today's video does hit 2,000 likes by tonight, I will upload the next episode of the series tomorrow. I'm probably going to keep that as a daily thing. If we can hit 2,000 likes every single episode by that night, I'll keep uploading this every single day. So with that said, be sure to drop a like if you do enjoy. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't, so you do not ever miss an upload of this series. If your trade suggestion is not implemented into today's episode, be sure to leave your suggestions in the comment section below, and as always, the suggestions with the most thumbs up will be the ones that I go after in the next episode. Now, Jesus Christ, dude, something was brought to my attention by some motherfucker on Twitter, blowing up my mentions, and he's pissing me off. So, I do understand that I promised you guys 25 days of Christmas, and I was supposed to be doing code giveaways every single day on my channel. Well, I missed a couple days, so to make up for it and to stay on track, because this dude, I can't take him. I cannot take this man anymore. So bang, 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 bang. There are your 4 codes for the days I missed. I'm sorry. I apologize. I just want that guy out of my mentions. So with that said, let's jump into the first trade suggestion for today's episode. And much like the first episode where we actually went after trades, which was last episode, there was one guy that was pretty much unanimous that everybody wanted, and I saw his name in the comments like 1,000 times, and that man with 165 thumbs up, and I went ahead and screenshotted the comment below it too because it's the same man. They said they want, and everybody wants, Juju Smith. Now, we got him in last series, but he didn't play much because, like, when the series started, it was at the beginning of the year, so he wasn't like a high overall. But now with him having a pretty good season as a rookie, probably the best rookie receiver in the NFL, I'm not actually sure what his overall is going to be, and it's in year 2, so he's probably developed pretty well, so he probably is like a mid-80s receiver. Just kidding. He's a 78. So I lied. But that's still better than what he was in last series, and he's already, I think, going to be our best receiver, tied with Corey Coleman in terms of overall. So I think it's going to be pretty cool because he doesn't cost a lot, he's a decent overall, he will play, he will develop, and everybody wants him, and he should be easy to get. So it's a win-win for everybody. Now with that said, let's see what it's going to take to bring in the man Ju. Now, I want to get rid of one of these tight ends. We have a couple tight ends that somebody might want, but the Steelers don't want them. Now, let's move to middle linebacker. See if they want Joe or Davis. They do kind of want Davis. But let me try the quarterback thing. We still have a quarterback that we can potentially trade away. Desean Kaiser and Baker Mayfield, maybe Brock Osweiler potentially. Let me try Desean Kaiser. See how close this deal is to going through. Juju Smith is going to be extremely, extremely easy to get. Now with that said, let's go with Matthew Days. Let's see how this might be about half. That's definitely not halfway. So instead of him, let's go with the rookie running back, Ahmad Jackson, that we signed out of free agency. And this one is 3/4 of the way to going through. Now all we need is probably some crappy players, and I need to like trade some crappy players away, because we're gonna end up probably at the end of this episode have to like trade a ton of players for draft picks to get down to the roster cap, which is like, was it 53, 54? We're gonna have to trade away like 20 players in today's episode, because next episode we will start the regular season. So with that said, let's see if there's some players we could add into this deal to make it actually work. Leonard Murray, potentially. Since they do need a defensive tackle, left outside linebacker, we have James Burgess. Let's send these guys into the deal, that put it up into the green. Maybe cornerback, since teams do for some reason value bad cornerbacks pretty highly. So maybe Howard Wilson, and then let's go with the safety. Let's go with, I don't want to trade away Jabril Peppers. How about Chandler Carmichael? He's a rookie. I'm pretty sure we signed him in a free agency. Send this through. That's so freaking close. So maybe if we just try an extremely crappy draft pick, because the reason I don't want to trade away Desean Kaiser or one of those quarterbacks is there's probably a team out there that wants them like in terms of green, so we probably can get like a first-round draft pick for him or a really good quarterback. So I'm trying to hold on to my quarterbacks as long as I can. But if we throw in a 6th-round draft pick, will this be accepted for Juju? That's so freaking close. So let's take out the cornerback and also add in a 5th-round draft pick, see if this will be accepted, and it wasn't. But now if we go back and add in that cornerback, and I think we might actually be able to squeeze out a 7th in this deal. Like you guys know, I try to get everything possible out of these trades. I think this for sure would go through. So let's also try to get, let's try a 7th from this year and a 7th or 6th from next year in this deal. And it's close. Let's take out the 7th, try to get the 6th. That didn't go through, so that was a failure. So last but not least, let's try just the 7th as well. See if this is accepted. No, it wasn't. So unfortunately, I think this will go through, and it does. So for a crappy running back, a 69 overall cornerback, and a 5th overall draft pick, we bring in the 2nd most suggested player I've ever seen in any of my Connected Franchise Series ever. So that's super easy. I know he's not a really high overall, but he's a fan favorite. Everybody loves him on social media. Dude's absolutely hilarious. He's in freaking phase. He's in the sniping clan phase, and now he's in my... I should try to get him. I should try to get him to play me in Madden, or try to like make a video with me. I want everybody watching this video right now to go to Juju Smith's Twitter and tag me and tell him to make a video with RBT. And let's see if we can actually make it happen where RBT and Juju Smith can make a Madden 18 collab. That would be epic. That would blow up. That would make me a happy, happy man. Now with that said, let's jump into trade suggestion number 2 for today's episode. And I'm actually going to go after 2 potentially of these 3 players suggested by Jacob Lewis with 175 thumbs up. Says to trade for Rodney Hudson, Jamal Adams, and TJ Watt. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to go after TJ Watt because that is a guy we've gone after a couple times in series, so I don't want to go after the same players every single time. Juju Smith was kind of different because he was a low overall last time around, so it was kind of different, and especially with him being like the top-rated comment like I've ever seen. But anyways, Rodney Hudson and Jamal Adams are the 2 players I'm going to go after. And if I do get these 2 players, that's going to do it for today's episode. And also, I'm going to bring this comment to light because I put this rule in a couple Connected Franchise Series ago. When you're leaving suggestions, like people would like normally leave like 20 players as a comment and it'll get a lot of thumbs up because people would like some of the players, and that's just not fair, and I wouldn't know what to do with 20 players in a suggested comment. So the most players you can suggest in a comment that I actually use for a video is 4. No more than 4, preferably like 1, so I know who you're talking about specifically, but I will take a suggested comment with 4 suggestions for players. Now with that said, the first player we are going to go after is Jamal Adams out of this comment. Player I've never gone after. He's super hard to get. You can't get him in year 1, but I'm not sure about year 2, so this will be a little bit different of a player. Pretty sure he does have superstar development trait. His overall, he might actually be... He's not an... What's he overall wise? He's only an 83, so that's kind of disappointing. I thought he was going to be possibly like, I thought he might be closer to a 90, but we're still going to try our best to get the main man. Now with that said, let's see if we have a player that they do want. Now they do need a middle linebacker, and we do have a couple we can trade away. Joe Schobert or Davis Skandrick. Unfortunately, they don't want either of those guys, so that sucks. Now let's move along to the left guard position. We have Joel Bitonio, who I might trade away because we'll probably upgrade this left guard position, but I'll hold on for just a second. Now at right tackle, we have a couple decent overalls who they unfortunately do not want. Now with that, move on to right guard. We have Kevin Ziegler and Spencer Drango. They kind of want Spencer. This will help me like gauge the deal, see how hard it's going to be. It's not going to be that hard. With this being about a 4th of the way going through, with being a 73 overall, like if this was last year, this would still be in the red, like if this was year 1, because you could never give him in year 1. Now I'm actually kind of excited that we might actually be able to get Jamal Adams. Now let's move on to the next position that we do have team need-wise for the Jets, and that's cornerback. Now the only reason I signed DRC was to potentially trade him away. So same thing with Ross Cockle. So maybe they're interested in one of these guys, and unfortunately, they're not. So I think the only chance we have to do anything here is trade away one of our guards and maybe a draft pick. So with that said, should we either trade Kevin Ziegler or our left guard, Joel Bitonio? One of these guys. Since Kevin Ziegler is more of a cap hit, we'll try to trade him away in this deal. I'm expecting this to be about halfway to going through, and it's a little bit less than halfway. So now, if we throw in, let's say we throw in, let's go with a 4th round draft pick. See how close this is to going through? That went up there a lot. Now with that, this might be where we trade away Desean Kaiser. Now the reason I was kind of skeptical on trading away a guy like Desean Kaiser, is I want to go through and see if there's any teams that's completely interested in Desean Kaiser, which means we probably could get a first-round draft pick for him. And unfortunately, it looks like there's no teams out there, so this doesn't really mean anything that I'm going to trade him away here. So we're going to go back to the Jets and see if this deal actually works. So a 4th-round draft pick, Kevin Zeitler, and Desean Kaiser for a young superstar in Jamal Adams. Let me just try this and see how close this is. Now that's in the yellow as well. Let me try to throw in the least or the lowest draft pick possible. You know what? I think we might as well throw in the 4th and see if this will go through. I hope it does. And it's so effing close to going through. Let's take out Desean Kaiser, and instead let's throw in one of these running backs. Let's try Thomas Rawls, another guy I signed for the sole purpose of trading him away, and that is so effing close, and I'm so pissed off. Instead of him, how about Brock Osweiler? Since he is higher overall than Desean Kaiser, I actually went down to, god dang it. So with this, let's try Thomas Rawls, and let's go with a 3rd-round draft pick from next year. Let's see if that's a thing. 3rd-round draft pick from next year, add it into this deal, and it actually went down. So what is the least amount we can do for Jamal Adams? So let's try this. Let's take out the 3rd-round draft pick from next year. Throw in a 4th from this year. Take out Kevin Zeitler, and since Joel Bitonio is a less of a cap hit and a higher overall, with it being such a slim margin of this deal not going through, maybe now it will. Maybe that's all it needed for the deal to go through. God dang it, no it wasn't. What do we effing do? F me in the butt. God dang it. So is this where we do the thing? Is this where we trade away one of these 2 running backs, Duke Johnson or Isaiah Crowell, because you guys are going to eventually want another running back? I will potentially trade away Duke Johnson. That should make the deal happen if we threw him in instead of Thomas Rawls. But just to make sure, I want to make sure there's no teams out there. There is a team out there completely interested in them. That's a problem. See, that's why I don't want to send a guy like him in a trade. Now, is there any team out there completely interested in Thomas Rawls? Now, that could be a potential thing. Any team out there interested in him in terms of green? No, it's not. So what we're going to do, guys, instead of trading Duke Johnson in this deal, we're going to try to trade Duke Johnson away for a draft pick, and then use that draft pick in the deal to get Jamal Adams. Because like I said, eventually we're going to have to trade away a lot of players in today's episode just to cut down the roster size and get a lot of draft picks. So let's go to a team that is completely interested in Duke Johnson. There's a couple of them. The Buffalo Bills. Now, what can we get from the Buffalo Bills? Now, what we do need to do is go back to the Jets and see what the Jets' #1 team need was. I think it was, left guard. See if we can find a middle linebacker or cornerback that we can trade for Duke Johnson, and then use that in a deal. So you have like a big 3-way trade to bring in Jamal Adams. So the Green Bay Packers. So a middle linebacker or a cornerback would be massive to bring in Jamal Adams potentially. Blake Martinez. This is probably not going to be anywhere close to going through. Yeah, I kind of expected that. So how about cornerback? At the cornerback position, yeah, they have a rookie, but I highly doubt this is going to be close to going through. Yeah, definitely didn't expect that to go through. So let's go to the next team, the Oakland Raiders. Now, Rodney Hudson is a guy we're probably going to get in today's episode, but nah, not with this deal. We probably can get him for like a 5th-round draft pick. So is there any middle linebacker? Navarro Bowman, they probably wouldn't be interested in a 79 overall linebacker. Cornerback, Desmond King or TJ Carey, they might be interested in. And that would be huge for our trade. Now with that, do we try this? Do we try to get one of these guys for Duke Johnson? Let's send this through. Yeah, that's not going to work. How about the other cornerback, TJ Carey, since he is a little bit older? He's 28. Maybe this will be a little bit closer. That's extremely close. So with that said, I think what we can do is make this deal happen and then put TJ Carey into the deal to bring in Jamal Adams. Maybe that is the move, boys. Maybe that is the move. Now, I don't want to use... I'm trying to trade away as many players as I possibly can because we're going to have to anyway. So let's try to throw in Dondre Savui into this deal. See how close this is to going through? Pretty close. So now, don't we have a running back we can also throw into this deal, like a really crappy one, like a 64 overall Matthew Days? Send this through. That was accepted. Wow, that's actually really surprised me. So we get the cornerback that we did need to potentially make the 3-way deal happen. and at the same time, we're cutting some cap space and cutting down our roster size, which is going to happen by the end of today's episode. Now, with that, going back to the New York Jets, I think we're going to have enough now to make this deal go through. Now, if they're not interested in TJ Carey, we are absolutely effed. Please be interested in TJ, and thank God they are. So now, going to Jamal Adams, I think we can make this deal finally happen. So Jamal Adams for TJ Carey, that's a little bit less than halfway. So let's try to make this happen, boys. So a 4th round draft pick added into the deal, and it's extremely close. So I now think we can throw in, do we throw in Thomas Rawls, or I think we'll go with Desean Kaiser. I think this might have the potential to be accepted, and it wasn't. But now though, boys, I think if we do throw in Thomas Rawls, this should be accepted, and if it does get accepted, we'll go and sign another running back out of free agency just in the meantime to have 3 running backs. And it was accepted. A 3-way trade breaks the freaking NFL. A huge trade as we bring in one of the best young players in the secondary in the NFL in Jamal Adams. So that's pretty freaking awesome, not gonna lie. Now with that said, we do need to go out and sign a running back out of free agency just for the heck of it, so we have 3 guys in the preseason so nobody gets hurt. Now with that, who do we sign? Why don't we just sign Doug Martin, the highest overall? We might end up trading him away because we're probably going to end up getting a better running back, like a better 2nd and 3rd running back. But just in the meantime, we're going to sign him on the team. Now with that said, the last trade we are going to go after in today's episode is Rodney Hudson, which does kind of help us out because did we trade our center away last episode? No, we don't. Which means J.C. Treader can be used as trade bait if we do get Rodney Hudson because we no longer need him as a good backup center. Now, I don't think the only bad part about Rodney Hudson is that he is worth quite a bit at like $6 million, but he's going to be easy to get, and we still have like 15 players we have to cut. We still have $28 million to spend in trades. So by the time we cut like the 15 players, we'll have probably $40 million. So this really shouldn't hurt us if we do get them. Now, the problem is, what is it actually going to take to bring them in? I'm not going to do anything stupid because we probably can get a better center out there. Now, with that, I just want to try a 6th-round draft pick and see what this is going to do. Yeah, not really close. It's actually a value of 4 stars. So with that, let's try a 4th from next year. See how close this is going to be. That's not really close. Wow, this might be a little bit harder than I thought. So how about a 3rd-round draft pick instead from next year? That went up a lot. How about Doug Martin that we just signed, just for the heck of it? And wow, do we do this? Would this be too cheese? Would this be too cheese if I did this and like another player, like this and a cornerback that we don't need, C.J. Smith, and like a bad safety that we don't need, like not Chandler Carmichael? How about Justin Curry? Would this actually be accepted? And it wasn't, so that's unfortunate. But at the same time, we can throw in maybe a crappy draft pick, like a 7th. We have a ton of 7s that we can throw into this deal, and it went up quite a bit. So how about a 6 instead from this year? And it was accepted. So that's so cheese. That is so cheese. But I mean, don't hate the freaking messenger. Don't hate the messenger, man. I just do what we have to do to make things happen. Now, unfortunately, with that going through, we need to go sign another running back. Let's try to sign a younger guy, a younger running back just in the meantime. Let's go with maybe Sharkhandrick West. I can never get his name right. Maybe that's the move. Or maybe Antonio Andrews, J.D. McKissick. Maybe that's the move. You know what? We'll go with Sharkhandrick West, 27-year-old, 80 overall running back to be our 3rd stringer. In the meantime, might end up trading him away as well. Now, with that said, boys, that is going to do it for the trades. We did improve the team quite a bit. Got a pretty good wide receiver in Juju Smith. Got a B-strong safety in Jamal Adams to anchor that strong safety position, which also means now we can trade away Kindred as our backup strong safety. And we also got a good veteran center to anchor the middle of the offensive line. And don't tell me he's hurt. Is he actually hurt? Are you kidding me? Did we just trade for a hurt guy? If he's hurt, we're going to have to end up trading. Like, I don't want hurt players on my team. If he's out for a couple weeks, it's fine. 19 weeks. What a fail. What a fail. Well, that just effed me over. That completely effed me over. He's out for the freaking season. This man, okay, so that sucks. We need a new center now. We're going to trade Rodney Hudson away. That was the biggest fail ever in probably my Connected Franchise Series history. That sucks. So, basically we made 2 good trades, and we traded for a guy that couldn't pass his physical. Uh-oh, we got a fumble. Jason McCourty picks it up. Goes out of bounds. Whoa. I thought he was down. Big hit causes a fumble, and we get the ball in the red zone. Huh. Okay, so they're not actually going to review it, so we actually get the turnover. That's the first time we forced a fumble in a long goddamn time. Why is Lamar Jackson in the game? Why is he in the game? Don't tell me. Is Josh hurt? Okay, so maybe our second stringers are playing this game, which is cool because a lot of you did want to see Lamar Jackson play. So I guess that's the move, but why is he in the game and Alvin's in the game? Dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Like, this is some type of, like, alien abduction. Why is Lamar a starter? Is Lamar, like, did he get promoted? No, he should not be the starter. It's Josh. I know a lot of people said they wanted to see Lamar Jackson play instead of Josh Rosen, like in terms of being the starter for the series, but Josh Rosen has superstar development, and that's a big, big difference. So Josh is going to be our starter, unfortunately, for you guys. And I mean, a lot of people did want to see Josh too, but I just think it's more smart to have the guy that actually has superstar development trait, because he can make throws like that to a guy named David. David's a nice man, has a funny looking last name, but that does not mean he cannot catch touchdown receptions. Uh-oh. He just broke a tackle. Leonard's gone. This is why you guys wanted Leonard on the team. We still could get Leonard, but Leonard's a good guy, and he's a good runner. 3rd down and 17. Let's see if Josh can be the man. Is he the man that we think he can be? Yes, he is. Because he throws to a man named David who can't catch the goddamn football. Dude, Blake has been making some crazy throws in this drive. Let's see if he continues. Nah, it's going to be a screen pass all over. We get a sack and actually force him out of field goal range, which is nice. We're going to play one more drive in this game, and we're actually going to put Lamar Jackson at quarterback so you guys can see him play. And send Juju up the field. We're going to throw this to wide down the field. Can he make this? Is going to be a pick, isn't it? Man, I don't know. Dude, I don't freaking know. I was just trying to do something crazy. Let's just sim this game, man, and get into the next one. Let's see if we can grab a dub, though. We play better simming than me actually playing the freaking games. So let's sim to the end of the game, see if we can grab a dub, change this to fast. Can we be great? Like, so much stuff happens here. We have the lead. Can we actually go undefeated in the preseason? That'd be something the Browns probably have never done. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's kind of looking okay. We might do the thing. We might do the thing. We're doing the thing. We're not doing the thing anymore. We're on the path to do the thing. We're not doing the thing we lost. So I actually just got a genius plan. And it actually makes more sense than what I was going to think of doing originally. So we are going to play the final preseason game, and we're still going to start off next episode by playing the first game of the regular season and start things off normally. So why not use those 16 players that we're going to trade away for other things, for like draft picks and stuff? Why not just save them and maybe use them for like in deals that you guys suggest? And if there's still some players left over, then do what I was initially thinking about doing and trade them away for draft picks and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the game against the Colts, and we're going to stay in week 4 of the preseason, pick this up next episode, do our trades at the end of the preseason, then play week 1 of the regular season next episode. So hopefully that makes sense. So we are going to play one more game in today's episode, as hopefully nobody gets hurt. So 3rd down and 11. Lamar Jackson's in the game, so I don't want Josh to get hurt. But hopefully Lamar doesn't get hurt either, so we want to trade him away eventually. That's not the way to keep him safe, that's for sure. Oh, wide open pass, big hit, doesn't drop the ball. Great. Andrew Luck's actually not injured. This isn't like real life. 3rd down and 2. Here we go, my dudes. See if we can hold the Colts to a field goal. Can the Browns? Everybody just got pancaked. Like, god dang, dude. Like, where's the syrup? Another run, right up the penis, and he gets the touchdown. Great. Oh, man, we keep getting freaking sacked, which puts us in situations like this. This might be the last play of the episode. Dude, what is David doing? David just got freaking, like, wrecked. Juju drops the ball. But, no, dude, that's dumb. This dude's doing freaking front flips over his player, like sticking his penis in his face. But god dang, like David was about to be open, and I just want to watch what happens. I'm trying to watch David as my first read. Dude, what even is that? That's gotta be something. That's gotta be a flag of some sort. Well, kind of like last episode, the first quarter is completely underwhelming offensively. Let's see if we can somehow come back and win the game in the sim. Not looking good at halftime. Down by 10. Down by 3. This makes my brain hurt. We have the game tied now. Now we're losing. Now we're tied the game. Dude, this is crazy. We won. We're winning. We're winning the game. We won the game. We won life. So we actually finished preseason 3-1. And have like 3 times the win as we got in the last two regular seasons combined. Josh played the second half, it looks like. Played pretty well. Christian Ponder played for the Colts, so no wonder we ended up winning the game. But with that said, boys, we do finish the preseason 3-1, and that is going to do it for today's episode. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. Like I said, guys, 2,000 likes by tonight, and the next episode of the series, week number 1, will come out tomorrow. Be sure to leave your trade suggestions in the comment section below to have a chance to be featured in next episode. And this might be the most trades we ever go after in an episode coming up in next episode, because we have like 16 players that we have to trade away. So there's going to be a lot of trades, so be sure to get your trade suggestions in when you have probably the best chance to be featured in the series. With that said, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. But with that said, I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.